Shabbat Bolo VNR. Please remember to double tap the screen coming through the door so we can get the likes up to 1,000, at least 1,000 likes. Alright? At least 1,000 likes for the video. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I came on here to react to Lisa Hanna's viral video, and also Mr. Christopher Charles' statement that he made. Something just came across my desk, however, that I want to really take a listen to. Wow. I really have to take a listen to this. This is amazing.
Yeah, I don't think it's irregular to have 28 bank accounts. In fact, I can tell you, yeah, I don't think it's irregular to have 28 bank accounts. In fact,
guys, please double tap the screen for me. This man just said he doesn't think it's irregular for the Prime Minister to have 28 bank accounts. Whose man's is this? This guy has to be severely compromised. Who paid you? There's no way this is independent thought. In my humble opinion. What?
yeah, I don't think it's irregular to have 28 bank accounts. In fact, I can tell you, my experience is that if you go into several private sector businesses, you'll find that they have a multitude of bank accounts. Some of them inactive, some of them they're using but own bank accounts for specific purposes. So it's not unusual for people to do multiple activities. If you're doing multiple activities, then obviously, one of the ways I find that people
What happened to the audio? Come like God shut him down.
they're having payments through different cash bank accounts. Accountants, for example, might have one account and then they reconcile and adjust between. But many people, it's not unusual for them to do that. So, I heard this about, or this comment about the number of bank accounts that are out there. And the truth is that I think is really detracting from what the real substance of the argument should be, which is, what is it that is going through the bank accounts and how much money is in there. Because if I have 28 bank accounts, for example, and I could have $2 million, someone could have two bank accounts and have $500 million between two bank accounts, and that is a greater problem than my 28. So I don't think that the number of bank accounts is something that we really should focus on. It really has no sense behind it. In fact, there are some also when you go and do specific transactions with certain institutions.
Share the live in the group for me.
They themselves will mandate that you open separate accounts. So therefore, sometimes it's not because of your own choosing why you want and don't, but they will say, listen, in order for you to do this product, right, or for you to do this investment or use this checking, this different company, I want another account, or I want two accounts attached to it. So, I hear the argument, but I think that the argument is really a detraction, I think, from what the substantial situation should be, which is really the transaction itself. And, I'm trying to understand what is the investigation around the number of bank accounts. What are you going to achieve with that?
Hi, welcome to the live.
So, this man, what's his name? Man, I'm looking at you sideways, bro. Financial analyst Dennis Chung says it's not unusual to have 28 bank accounts. There's nothing wrong. And he's giving us an outline. Guys, 16 people watching and I only have one like. Can you guys hit the like button, please? Thank you. All you have to do is tap the screen 2 times like that. My God. What is going on with the like button, man? Guys, please remember to hit the like button coming through the door. So Dennis Chung. You need to come down. Yeah? Dennis Chung needs to come right down. But it's not unusual to have 28 bank account. Yo, I wish I could call Biz right now. Biz know people that do crazy investment. I did a video. Hey, let me find that video, man. Yo, let me find that video. Let me find that video real quick. Y'all give me a second. And it's an old video too. I need to bring it back. I need to bring back that video, man. I can't believe this, man. The man said it's not unusual.
I don't think it's irregular to have 28 bank accounts. In fact,
he doesn't think it's irregular to have 28 bank accounts. What can go so? Huh? Yo, sometimes, man, see, it's people like these people, man, that is an enemy of progress. You know what I mean? Enemy of progress, man. It's not irregular to have 28. Where was he when the investigation came out the first time? Shireen Reed, what's up? Where was this guy? Found it. Conversation with Biz 101 about number 28. I found it. Got him. This was last year. This was September 20. Listen to this. Listen to this. Damn.
Of corruption is
declared. Is what I'm telling you that
we must also ensure
you're hiding something.
Stop the cap.
Call Biz right now, man. Let me call Biz right now. Listen to this.
this is insane.
This is Biz 101. Shout out to Biz. I'm gonna call Biz. I'm gonna call my boy Biz. Listen to Biz. Yo, this fan is loud as hell, man. Listen to Biz. Yo, Biz.
Hey, what's up, Bolo?
Hey, I'm on the live, and I got a lot of people here. So, what I'm talking about is the Prime Minister of Jamaica. Right? Let me just give you a quick synopsis. Right. They were investigating him for solicit enrichment. You know what that means? I should have said illicit enrichment, so I had it typed on the screen, illicit enrichment. All right? Illicit enrichment. I said it twice. I made a mistake. Let's continue. That's right.
You said solicit enrichment?
Right. Daniel.
Well, he's trying to get some money.
Yeah, basically, solicit enrichment is stealing from the Jamaican purse, the Jamaican tax dollars, right? So he was being investigated. Now, what the investigation uncovered that I find mighty strange, and I want your opinion on it, is that this man has 28 accounts.
Wow. He got 20. So he's trying to hide money.
Now, pause. I said he had 28 bank accounts, and as a man that does multiple investments in America, he said, "Wow, he's trying to hide some money." That was his initial response. And you have a financial analyst out here talking about 28 bank accounts is not abnormal. Man, shut up.
Wow. He got 20. So he's trying to hide money.
No, allegedly. We got to say allegedly.
Okay, allegedly.
Yeah. So that's the first thought you get as a man that deals with money.
Yeah.
Right?
You don't need to have that many accounts.
Right. So if you say, for instance, you got, and somebody please drop Biz link in the chat, please. Drop his link in the chat if you want to know about Bitcoin and that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? This the man. Somebody drop his link in the chat for me, please. But listen, and
Appreciate
Biz,
that,
and
Bolo.
Biz, you can come in the Floyd Shaw salute chat right now and drop it yourself, bro. But listen, so as a man that deals with money, the first thing that came to your mind was he's trying to hide some money.
Exactly. That's allegedly. Yes.
Allegedly.
That's the first thing that I thought about. When you first said that to me, 28 accounts, I'm like, whoa. And then you told me he was being investigated for
solicit enrichment.
Right.
Illicit enrichment.
So that's yeah, that's what I would believe. He's trying to either hide something or hide it from somebody, maybe his significant other or people that he don't want to find out. You know, there's no need to have that many accounts.
You heard what the man said? You heard what the man said? He's wondering if he's trying to hide money from his spouse or somebody else. He don't need to have 28 bank accounts. All right? Melissa, they do. I've had two of them on my platform that I interviewed. They do come on and to the vloggers platform, even the little ones like myself. No problem, big dog, still knocking them out like, yo, this person is a troll. Goodbye. Let's continue. So as a person that has multiple investments, and you know people that invest even more than you, do you know anybody that's in investment that got 28 accounts, bro?
Nah. You don't have 20. You don't have maybe 3 or 4 accounts, maybe 5.
Oh my God! So
not 28. That's a lot.
So check this out, right? Not only is he under investigation for solicit enrichment, but other members of his ruling party. This is the government we're talking about at Jamaica, right?
Right.
There is 7 more people under investigation. And guess what he did? He put a gag order out on the entire parliament. Nobody can speak about nothing in regards to that situation. What does that tell you?
Well, that to me, allegedly, this is not. This is just my opinion. He's got something to hide. You know, that's what he's doing. He's putting measures in place so people can't speak, or he doesn't want certain things to get out. That's sounds to me as somebody that's trying to cover their tracks.
Guys, this man lives in the United States of America. He is a citizen of the United States of America. He don't know nothing about Jamaican politics. Okay, the next thing is this. Apart from the gag order, right? Apart from the gag order, which is bad in itself, there was an investigation on him with his properties years ago, and they looked up his taxes, and he wasn't paying his property taxes based off the investigation.
Yeah, it sounds like this man is stealing from the people.
Right? And check this out. When he left school, he did not fully pay off his... Yo, I'm cutting it off right there. Y'all heard enough. I'm dropping the link in the chat. I just dropped the link in the chat. Hold up. Let me drop it over here as well. Let me drop it over here for Bolo VNR clips. I'm dropping the link to that video in the chat right now. All right? Y'all go watch that on your own time. You feel me? Go ahead and watch that on your own time. Wait a minute. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Go ahead and watch that on your own time, ladies and gentlemen. All right? Definitely go and check that video out. Definitely. Biz 101. See, I just dropped it right there. It says, go watch this full video with Biz 101. All right? I'm going to move on. So this dude talking about it's not unusual to have 28 bank accounts. Sir, miss me with the BS. Thank you kindly. All right? Let's have some refreshing truths, man. Lord of mercy. These people is weird, bro. These people is weird. But we're going to move on to Mr. Christopher Charles, all right? Mr. Charles, where are you, sir? Oh, here we go.
It must be viewed in the context of A data
So, in regards to the levels of crime in Jamaica, you know, they have really boasted about crime just being zoo. Well, the data scientists, Mr. Doctor, you notice they said data, Dr. Christopher Charles, came out with a bombshell on the news that I have not thoroughly listened to or reacted to. So we are here for it because this is the refreshing truth, yes? Let's hear what he has to say.
scientist and epidemiologist at the University of the West Indies, Professor Christopher Charles, says Jamaica's murder crisis must be viewed in the context of long-term trends. Speaking on Power 106 Morning Agenda Monday, Professor Charles warns that focusing only on the year-to-year changes misses the bigger issue of a steady rise in homicides since independence. Shamila Pullen reports.
The murder rate in Jamaica went down from 49.3 in 2023 to 40.2 in 2024. That's according to data scientist and epidemiologist at the University of the West Indies, Professor Christopher Charles. Professor Charles says the small drop doesn't show the full picture.
All I'm saying is that what the government, some people in the media, and primarily Jamaica Constable, what they have been doing is giving you the difference between the homicide rate this year and last year, and then say all kinds of things about it. And I'm saying that's unscientific, it's dishonest, right? And it's designed to trick the people.
He says while the drop is still good, looking at only short-term numbers is misleading. Professor Charles also urged that short-term drop.
Now we gotta play that back. Nah, wait, he came out the gate swinging, and I'm sure that one hit the government of Jamaica with a nice clean uppercut right under the jaw. Right under the jaw, man. Man, listen to that again, man.
That's according to data scientist and epidemiologist at the University of the West Indies, Professor Christopher Charles.
Come on
Professor
now.
Charles says
Guys, double tap the screen for me, man. I really don't want to stop the live to keep saying this, but it's very important that you guys hit the like button. All right? My channel has been going through it. 17,000 plus, and I can't get 100 people in here because of whatever reason. They're just not getting notifications. I am pleading with you guys to all hit the like button for me. Please, double tap the screen like this. 2 times and that's it. It doesn't take 2 seconds. Double tap the screen for me, guys. All right? So we can get the videos out in the algorithm. There's no reason I shouldn't have more than half of the people that is watching hitting the like button. You're telling me that half of you don't like the channel and you're here watching me? Really? That don't make no sense. Please make an effort to hit the like button, guys. Please remember to hit the like button. Can we get some more likes, ladies and gentlemen? Six people drop off. Okay. Those probably were labor rights. Or newcomers that don't really care for the platform. That's fine. We need to get the likes up, man. 2 more drop off. It's sad, man. Mighty God. The like button free, though. I didn't even mention that the donation links are pinned. You have the Cash App and you have the PayPal. And the Zelle information is there. Right? Mighty God.
the small drop doesn't show the full picture.
All I'm saying is that what the government...
Hi, last summer, how you doing, love? Florence, what's going on?
Some people in the media, and primarily the Jamaica Constable, what they have been doing is giving you the difference between the homicide rate this year and last year, and then say all kinds of things about it. And I'm saying that's unscientific, It's dishonest, right? And it's designed to trick the people.
So, JCF, the media, and JLP, the data that you guys have been bringing out, according to the data scientist, Dr. Charles, right? Dr. Christopher Charles says you are unscientific, you are misleading the public. What the next thing him say? Let's go back.
Things about it. And I'm saying that's unscientific, it's dishonest.
You guys are dishonest. What has the bloggers been saying? What has Atta of the Press been saying? And all of us been saying? What has Andre Stevens been saying? Talk My TV been saying? Atta for the Press, Wayne Lonesome, Jamaica Hot Topic, Carlos, everybody. What has everybody been saying? Miss Curiosity Kid, big up. Tomorrow, Earth Strong last up. My God, I know say a Gemini now. That's what I'm love to say. I'm a mother Gemini. Mary Lizzie, big up. Eh? What has Floyd Shaw, big up yourself? What has all of the vloggers that have sense have been saying? We don't believe you. We don't. Alright? We don't. We never believed you, JCF, the media, well, the JLP media and JLP. We never believed you. You guys are dishonest and you are unscientific and you have been misleading the public according to Dr. Professor Christopher Charles, data scientist. And I really want you guys to go argue with the scientists. Because scientists deal with truth, you know. Scientists don't deal with politics. Scientists don't deal with politics. Scientists deal with truth. And today we're going to echo the refreshing truth that you guys are dishonest, you have been misleading the public, and you are unscientific. Why in our real pickle? Those are three things no government, no entity, or anybody should really want to have labeled on them by a data scientist, a professor, a doctor. It's sad. I want to hear a response from the JLP. I want to hear a response. I am calling on the Jamaica Labour Party to respond to Dr. Christopher, the professor. Dr. Professor Christopher Charles. I am rearing. I am eager to hear what you're coming up with. And it gets worse, you know, because the man explains the manipulation or the unscientific methodology of the JCF, Jamaica Labour Party. The dishonesty. Let's continue.
Right? Designed to trick the people.
He says while the drop is still good, looking at only short numbers is misleading. Professor Charles also urged that short-term drops don't mean the police are fixing the issue.
So,
short-term drops don't mean that you are fixing the issue, JCF. So when the commissioner comes out and poke out his chest, when we have been begging for not begging, but demanding body-worn cameras and accountability, where the JCF and the JDF is concerned, and you come and you poke out your chest. As if you should not be questioned. As if police don't tell lies. You know, see one corporal the other day get catch. Right? Got caught. They not even want to release him, but Andre must release it. You know, see the corporal the other day? Well, hold up the Uber driver or the whatever they want him. And carry him and the youth escape and call the police. And when they find the man and them track the car, the police they in there with him police gun and everything. Identification. Huh? If the police them in Jamaica contribute to crime, the things that crime can go down. Crime is being masked. That is the problem. Crime don't go down nowhere. We've been saying this. There are enough police in the force that is corrupt, that is contributing to the crime in Jamaica. All the crime is doing is being covered up. You remember good talking about telling people foolishness about crime going on in Jamaica. Who feels safe in Jamaica right now? Who feel safe? Who feel safe like open up the door and fall asleep? If you open your door and fall asleep, when you wake up and you're terrified, and I look in your house to see if anything missing, and I thank God say you're alive. Who is leaving their door open at night, right, and feeling safe in Jamaica? The way all these guys have presented crime levels in Jamaica, you would think, my God, only one person dead in this place, right over here. No, man, we can't leave our door open, man. This is a good look. That's not the reality. That is not the reality. Right? And then these people that they have in terms of, oh, we have interest in this person and that person. We don't even know if these people are real criminals. They have never been convicted. Some of them that has been unalived. They have never gone in the court of law. Evidence was presented and shown that they were criminals. But they are labeled criminals. The police go for them and they meet their maker, not a judge. This is what we're doing. And this is what some people are championing by the government. Because some people on the internet are talking about what the police don't have to do their job. They're not doing no critical thinking. No critical thinking as to the possibilities. All these people have to do is label you a criminal and the police them come for you and them say you have a confrontation and you end up dead. Period. And the people in the community them now go some bops and start burn tire because them know say you're not a criminal. This is the reality that is happening in Jamaica right now. She said probably when you wake up somewhere else, then thief you out of your own house. Mighty God. That's a good one. That's a good one, Mrs. Curiosity Kid. That's a good one. No, man, but it's terrible, man. It's bad. It's really bad. The man, if you stop it, man, make you listen to it again.
Good, looking at only short-term numbers is misleading. Professor Charles also urged that short-term drops don't mean the police are fixing the issue.
So, in 1962 at independence, the homicide rate was 3.7 per 100,000, right? In 2024, right, it was 40.4. It was, all right? So it's over a tenfold increase. So what I'm saying, we must appreciate the drop, but I'm not excited because if you look from 1997 onwards, we have seen similar drops, yearly drops, but the homicide rate increased. So why when you see these drops, it's up and down?
He says to make
So basically what the man is saying from what my understanding is, crime really naturally fluctuates. The crime don't stay up on one level like so and I go up. It dips. And he's saying that these dips don't necessarily have nothing to do with the police them do. You understand? Criminals is going to cool off because there's too much heat on them. So they do a major crime or some major crime and them cool off. It makes sense, no? Which criminal is just running through every parish in Jamaica, unaliving here, so go there, so go there, so go there, so every week? You don't feel like say police are going to trap them? Remember, you know, they're not doing something that's legal, you know. And remember, there's a task force and communication all around. So they can look on them up and say, oh, you know, parish to parish, them communicate. Oh, you know, we have this. I think we believe it's the same individuals doing this, going around robbing these areas. And just have the people in high alert. Them not even have to come out and say nothing. They not have, the police, them don't have to come out and tell the media say they are on high alert. Based off of the trajectory of the map and how the crime are move, them say, all right, you know, say, them are heading in that direction. We already, them now go come back with them did they already. They must have go forward. A simple maths, it's just common sense. I am not a detective, I'm just saying. Right? So I really don't understand why them never seek a man like this to verify their claims of crime going down. And it's like the JCF has been politicized, in my opinion. Because you see how Andrew Owen it's like the JCF is his baby. It's important to him to say, I have gotten crime down to this level. And it's blowing up in his face like every other lie that was told is blowing up in his face. Every other lie we him tell, and it's a part of his blowing up in his face. Here comes an analyst, a data scientist. Listen, I would love to hear a direct message, a response to this argument that this man put out. Seriously, I would love to hear
Make us safer. Real solutions are needed to fix the root of the problem, not just more police.
We have argued that you need to intervene within families in terms of parenting. You can teach parenting in schools, all over the school system, and you can intervene in the family. Just like the community health nurse comes and look to the mother to check up, we can have social workers visit, in the same way, to engage about parenting when the mother comes to the hospital and she's pregnant, or the father. Our medical social workers can engage them over time.
Shamela Pullen, TVJ News.
So the man is calling Anne Ramsey. The man is calling for real solutions. Because according to him and the data, JCF, you are doing nothing. More police is not doing nothing. What is the root cause of the problem? And you have to really examine that, because we see where a police officer was caught, a corporal, a detective corporal was caught doing crime with the piece when him get from the government, him use it to commit a crime. What was his reason? Allegedly, him have bills to pay, and him don't get him overtime pay. Allegedly, and that's not like one logical reason, though. Why you think the police them harass the driver them on the road? They want some money. Yeah, man, forward. Yo! Pull the gate and forward, bro. Yeah, man. So, it's one of the reasons why them really do that. You understand? Them bills can't pay, brother. Them have this a pay back and that a pay back. The money now mats out. I have regular people in Jamaica that is going through this similar thing, and they turn to a life of crime. It is just the truth. But I could go to Lisa Hanna now.
Messages in my inbox, and it wasn't only messages like, is this true? Oh my God, is this really happening? There were clipped videos, and there was like contextless commentary that I saw. There was this false narrative in these videos that were basically born overnight, and I was at the center of this manufactured lie. So not only was it amplified, but it was packaged by YouTube creators, I call the new self-appointed arbiters of truth, who have no evidence, no analysis. They just create this clickbait conviction, algorithm-fed performance, sloppy paraphrase, content masquerading as journalism. And it spread, and it spread fast. But this is not my first time to this movie. I've been here before, actually many times. And this time, let me take a step back and look at all of this that's actually happening over by TikTok and all over the place, and the WhatsApp messages flooding. And I said, in the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty. That's what resonated with me. That's what came up in my soul. Because if I've learned anything in my lifetime being a public figure, it's when everybody is shouting, silence is revolutionary. And particularly in this digital age, truth doesn't just compete with lies, It competes with distraction. So we're surrounded by knowledge, drenched in information, but many of us choose to swallow shallow substance systems over much deeper currents. We chase trends, we don't chase truth, we don't chase affirmation, we don't even chase understanding, because we've become cultures of action, not reflection, and we rarely ask, is this water clean? We just say, well, if it's popular. So how did we get here? How did we lose the quiet compass of discernment? Why do we forward message 10 times, 100 times without even checking its source, not even...
All right, so for context, I don't know if you guys remember that there was some rumors surrounding one of the, well, all around the JLP propaganda machinery, that Lisa Hanna was coming to the JLP. Something to that effect. Some rumors was going around, right? Well, this is her response. Again, the refreshing truth. I'm just going to let it play now. I'm just going to let it play. I'll be off camera for a second, guys. I'm just going to let it play, okay? Yeah.
Or WhatsApp messages in my inbox. And it wasn't only messages, like, is this true? Oh my God, is this real? But there were clipped videos, and there was like contextless that I saw. There was this false narrative in these videos that were basically, and I was at the center of this manufactured lie. So not only was it amplified, I called it this crazy, and I said, you know, in the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty. That's what resonated with me. That's what came up in my soul. Because if I've learned anything in my lifetime being a public figure, it's when everybody is shouting, silence is revolutionary. And particularly in this digital age, it doesn't just compete with lies, it competes with distraction. So we're surrounded by knowledge, drenched in information, but many of us choose to swallow the very shallow substance surface streams over much deeper currents. We chase trends, we don't chase truth, we don't chase affirmation, we don't even chase understanding, because we've become cultures of reaction, not reflection, and we rarely ask, is this water clean? We just say, well, if it's popular. So how did we get here? How did we lose the quiet compass of discernment? Why do we forward messages times, 100 times, without even checking its source, not even one time to say, well, you know, let me check to see if this is right. You just get a message that says forward times, there's a great hook, and you just forward. This is not an accident. These platforms are engineered for conformity. They reward echo chambers. They punish nuance. So the more the narrative is shared, the more it's believed. And the more controversial it is, the faster it spreads. And the more you put a name that's popular in the social media space, it moves. And the herd moves with. So once that wildebeest, that first wildebeest, hears that drop, that crack, that snap, that distraction, and it's not just online. We see it in the markets, we see it in politics, we see it in our daily discourse. There was a study that was done this February 2025, and it was done in Vietnam. And they found a very strong link between herd behavior and FOMO in their financial markets. And what they saw was that investors were driven by the fear of missing out, and they followed the crowd, especially in times of volatility. Does it sound? Yeah? Because we're not really investing anymore, we're chasing, we're not thinking, we're reacting. And so the market been moving on value, but on momentum, not on understanding, but this urgent anxiety to do what everybody else is doing. It's like some of the farmers I know, in my constituency. Everybody planting cabbage, so they plant cabbage. Not thinking, well, what if I do something else? Warren Buffett he's considered one of the world's greatest investors, calls this kind of herd behavior a lemming effect, especially when you're investing in the financial markets. And if you know what a lemming is, it's a rodent, and you can see if one lemming is going to jump off a ship, the entire 1,000 of them are following that one lemming, and they're going to drown. What he says is that by following the crowd, you're going straight into regret. Real success, not only in financial markets, but in life and in leadership, comes from independent thought. It comes from courage. It comes from the courage to stand alone. It comes from conviction, not from imitation. And this is the crisis that I see in my time, in our time, in your time. Because we're consuming more, but we're understanding less. And we're hyper-informed, but we're deeply disconnected. Right now, there are 5 billion people globally, approximately 64% of the world's population, who spends at least 2.5 hours online just scrolling. That's a lot of information that they're seeing, but they're disconnected. In business, it shows up as blind investment. Just this month alone, May 2025, there was over $10 billion that was poured into AI crypto tokens, while other local, perhaps impactful real ventures were overlooked. Why? Sexy. They weren't trending. They weren't like, hey, look at me. But everybody else was buying AI. And so that kind of ad hoc urgency, blindness, has a cost, and it has a personal one. McKinsey reported that over 2/3 of Gen Z say that, social media harms their mental health. They get anxiety, fatigue, the urge to disconnect because they get, so fearful. And still, the pressure to conform persists. Because if you're not a part of that herd, you feel like you are part of something. But here's the truth. Many people refuse to confront. Real change, real impactful change, it doesn't happen in a crowd. It happens and begins at the margins. It begins in clarity. It begins in conviction, in silence, actually. Because the ones who actually change the world aren't the loudest. They are the most grounded. And we know this in the Caribbean because some of our greatest minds are artists or musicians or leaders or revolutionaries or outliers. They were never a part of the mainstream chorus. They stood apart. They asked hard questions. They found water where none appeared to flow. And in this moment, it demands that same kind of courage. The courage to pause, the courage to think differently, the challenge of what is obvious, to have dissent, to have disagreement, to stop mistaking visibility for value and virality or virality, things that go viral for virtue. It's not. Because there's water all around us. There's creativity, there's innovation, there's wisdom. But if we keep drinking what the crowd drinks or what is being stuffed down our throats, we will never find the deeper wells within ourselves. And so this is not, Lisa's not calling you to isolation. I don't want you to retreat. This is a call to intention. I want you to intentionally commit to discernment, to courage. I want you to intentionally commit to discipline in the age of distraction. We can't keep living in a world where insight is drowned out by influence, or you will never have the emotional intelligence to make informed decisions even about your own life. And so we can't keep doing this, not even as a nation that's facing critical choices, especially as the global uncertainty keeps pressing in and knocking on our door and every single door around the world. This herd behavior that I'm talking about, that chooses to follow lies without questioning whether it is true, or as Bob Marley calls it, you're part of this rat race. It's not just reckless, it's dangerous. Because soundbites aren't strategy. Showmanship is not substance. And tossing around the word change isn't a plan. It's theater. Because the lights always dim, The slogans fade, and when they do, what's left is not noise, but truth. So you have to find the truth, you have to seek it. You have to choose to stand alone or stand on truth, even when it's inconvenient, even when it was quiet. Yeah. Because, now, in the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty. But not because the springs have run dry or that there's no water.
What's up, Donna?
But because he never learned to tell water from the mirage of what he's seeing. So he thinks it's water, and he's thirsty. So we have to teach our children not just how to access information, but how to interrogate it, how to question what they see, how to pause before they believe. Because if we do not shape their discernment, the world is going to shape their confusion. So let us not be fools. Let us be seekers. Let us be watchful. Let us be wise. And let us be still enough to see clearly and to be bold enough to choose what truly sustained. Because I can tell you this, if you have or is brave enough to walk away from the crowd to find that deeper well within, I can guarantee you that your life will move in a different way. And so as you do that, take a step back this week. Ask yourself as you scroll, as you hear the rumors, as you see the videos, as you get the WhatsApps that say forward many times, just do a search. And especially when my name comes, rather than just believe it and walk away and say, yes, man, that is so, do the investigation. Recently, I woke up to a storm of WhatsApp messages in my inbox.
Well, that is a solid message that I think you can go to her Facebook, guys. You can go to her Facebook and you can listen to that message. It's one of her latest posts. I think all of us can do some reflection, even myself. I'm not, let me see. This video that I'm posting right now in the chat, I'm encouraging you guys to go watch it on your own time. But yeah, all of us can take that message and use it. No, personally, I personally did not believe. I was hearing it, I saw videos come out, and I was like, I don't believe that. Because I've listened to Lisa. I've listened to Lisa Hanna, and what she's standing on, it would never allow her to switch sides. If you listen to what she's saying, she has a problem with both sides. You understand? And she believes that there is more that they can do and they're not being brave enough. This is my belief. Yes, the PMP is better. That's what I believe she thinks. However, the PMP could do more in terms of revolutionary change. Like what Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré did. Listen, there are some touchy topics there that some people don't, or probably is not ready to talk about. But, the PMP is teetering on those topics. And the JLP is fully supporting the thing. You know what I mean? And that is the difference between the two. That is the difference. All these quotes and phrases, it's not nonsense, Melissa. It is not nonsense. It is not. Not everybody talks straightforward. You have to really listen and read between the lines. You know what I'm saying? And the way how she does what she does, you can go do your own research. She says enough. To me, she says enough for me to be like, oh, yes. That's why I'm using Burkina Faso as an example. You get me? Because Black Barbie says she doesn't think she was clear. Alright. She was very clear to me. She came out and she said it's a lie, what they were doing, and then she went on to tell you about the age that we live in and how people don't do critical thinking, they don't do any research, they just run with the crowd. And let us be honest, Jamaica is a run with the crowd country. Jamaica is a run with the crowd country. Jamaica is at the lowest at a revolutionary stage like we've ever been in history. How many people stood up and went out in the streets to support Ibrahim Traore? We say it. We say it like, you know, in messages, but to really go out publicly and put our faces in behind the full support of Ibrahim Traore, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. A lot of people make excuses even for the change that we really want in terms of this government. If the Jamaican people were serious, you know, we march down at the Oak Street or wherever and journalists them there, you know, and demand them for resigning, you know, without fear or favor, you know. Right? Without fear or favor. We condone too much slackness in Jamaica. You understand? We condone too much slackness. I personally am not I can't do it alone. Period. I can't do it. I don't see that energy from the people to stand with them. And we say enough is enough. No more talking. But I think it's a little bit too late for that now because I just 100 days left. Or maybe we should really do something. Because we have these people coming out now talking about, oh, it's not unusual to have 28 bank accounts. And oh, poverty is down. You see all the narratives that they're throwing out, and oh, crime is down. In some countries, Andrew Holness could not live here after what was uncovered in the Integrity Commission report. You heard what I said? He would have to run away. Talking about TV, talk about it all the time. It's the truth. It's the truth. We're not serious. We are the lowest where revolutionary is concerned. Lowest. We are dormant, we are sleeping, and it's just the truth. I tell you, today is the refreshing truth, you know. I love you guys. You know what I'm saying? And I understand supporting the PMP because the JLP cannot be supported. Like, the people in the middle of JLP is so far gone, it's ridiculous. I feel sorry for them. No. We don't, listen, I've been saying this. We don't have to do anything like what Burkina Faso did in terms of a coup. People, there's many ways to shut down the government. We are the engine of the government. Our taxes is the first way. Hit them where it hurts. And that is going to take collective sacrifice. And that is the thing. Collectively, we don't want to sacrifice nothing, but we want change. And that, you don't get a lot of change. And that's what Lisa Hanna is upset about. We are not getting enough change. We are too far behind. Our education system is too far behind. Everything in Jamaica is too far behind. And we have so much potential. You understand? But I'm going to leave it right there. I will be live for the conference tonight. I think it's Central Kingston. Yeah, man. Lawrence Road. What really go on there, sir? That little video there. Lawrence Road. You never know, say, knife in the hand and them something there. Me hear somebody in the background and say, him come up in the man's face. Well, why was that person videoing? That's not a good look for Lawrence Rowe. The optics of it don't look. I don't know the details of the situation, you know. Maybe he was defending himself. But it moved from defending himself to what appears to be him being the aggressor in the video. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Yes. How him analyze the public service man, the video. Why? If the camera wasn't there, can you imagine? If that camera was not there, can you imagine? A lot going on in Jamaica. But like I said, I'll be here early. I think 7:30 it starts. Whenever it starts, I'm gonna make a thumbnail and I'll be streaming that. So see you guys then. Villa, bless up yourself. Blossom, Patricia, who that? Donna Whitaker, everybody. Thank you guys for coming through. Simone, Black Barbie. What's up, baby? Beverly Smith, big up. I know some people don't like Lisa Hanna, you know, but yeah. Look beyond your feelings and look at what is being said. Really take a listen to what she's saying again here. Yeah, man, that's just something that everybody can hold on to. You see, the truth don't matter who tell it, you know. All Andrew Wallace can tell the truth too. As much lie as him tell. Him can't say something that's true. Yeah. A broken cock is right 2 times a day, you know. You remember good. Coot, Noreen, big up. You guys, love you. See y'all later. Alright? Blessings.